help desk, okay, manufacturing and supply chain, marketing, order management, all these procurement module, project related modules, service, sales, student, all the modules which are available in Oracle is you can select in this project. Let's say if I'm implementing the financials, I will select the financials modules. Okay. Under financials, you have all these modules. Okay. Supplier invoice processing. We need to select this module. We need to select expenses. We need to select fixed assets. We need to select customer invoicing process, revenue management, okay, collections, revenue management, intercompany. You can select all modules available under the financials. Okay, budgetary control and encumbrance account. This is basically financial business intelligent analytics. So basically, whatever modules which you are selecting, all the modules, if you want to enable the BA, OTBA, BA reporting, we need to select this module as well. Okay, select. Okay, in case if you are creating any US federal financials, you need to select the US federal financials. If you are doing the joint venture management, you need to select the joint venture. If you are using a leasy, leasy accounting basically. Okay, you can select all the modules which are available under this financials. Along with financials, if you are, let's say, customer is doing the other modules. Other modules means which are basically procurement. So procurement also they can use it, right? So you can select the procurement modules also. Let me go to procurement here, this one. So you can click on here include. Under this, you have purchasing, you have supplier portal, self-servicing, supplier invoice processing, supplier incentive, supplier portal, sourcing module, supplier qualifications, procurement contracts, spend classifications. Similar way in the procurement also business intelligence modules. If you want to implement, you can select all these modules. Okay. So once you select these modules under this offering, you can click save and open the project. This will take some time. Okay. Okay. You can see once project is created, you can see these are of offerings which we granted to the particular module. Okay. You can see financials. Under financials, you can see all the task modules which we granted. Okay. Click done. So this is the first setup we have to perform once you log into the projects. You can search here. This is your project. And if you want to edit, you can edit any information here which you want to edit, or if you want to add any offerings, you can add it. If you want to delete any, means remove offerings under this project, we can do it. All these activities, we can do it. Now, once this is the first setup which we completed, next setup 2. What is to create a ledger? So basically, for financial implementation, first we must have the ledger creation. Okay. To ledger creation, what we need to do? First setup is we need to create a currency. Okay. So once currency is defined, then we can create a calendar, chart of accounts instance, subledger accounting method. All these things we can assign under ledger. Okay. So currency, let me show you how currencies are. By default, we will have. Okay. So once, whenever you want to do any activities, you can go to this project and search your task name is manage currencies. If we know the exact task name, we can search it. If we don't know the task name, we just give the manage underscore percentage currency percentage. Then automatically you can see here these many these many tasks which are displayed. One is for financials, second one is procurement. You can see here, but when you look at here, one is define ISO reference data set. Second one is common application configuration for procurement, common application configuration for financials. You can select anything. Okay. Since we added procurement and financials, you select anything for financials or procurement, that is fine. Okay. Now, once you go to this task, okay, you can see here, go to task. Okay. So once you go to task, click search, you can see all the currencies. Here, you can see INR. Okay. We can see USD. These are the global valid currencies which are available, which are active in the globally. Those currencies by default will be available in the application when we install the application to the customer. Installation, creation of the database, generating the URL is taken care by the Oracle because we are discussing all these topics in SaaS applications. Okay. Now, once this is completed, the next one is calendar. What is calendar? Okay. So calendar is, as a financial consultant, whenever we are creating any transactions, okay, so it should be recorded particular period. Okay, either you go for seeded calendar or you go for physical customized calendar. It's up to you. Okay, but the transactions which you are creating natural creating for business expenses or employee salaries or any sales generations, whatever expenses you are creating, whatever transaction you are creating by purchasing the raw material, by selling the finished goods which you generate the revenue. Okay, those need to be calculate or those need to be entered on particular day. For example, in this month, beginning of the month, I give salaries to the all my employees. On next day, second of this month, I purchase some raw material. On third, I sold some of the finished goods, which is generate the revenue. So those transactions on a periodically, if we want to maintain them, then we need to have a calendar. So here we will have a two types of calendars. Those are basically accounting calendar. Under accounting calendar, we will have a two types again. Okay. Accounting calendar, fiscal calendar. Okay. So this calendar will have two types. Those two types are fiscal year, calendar year. Fiscal accounting calendar, accounting calendar. Either you define based on your business requirement from Jan to December, or you define based on your business requirement custom calendar, which is basically April to March. It's up to our business requirement. Now, to define this calendar, okay, what is the task we need to keep in mind? To define this calendar, the task name is manage accounting calendar. We need to go to same project. Okay, go to setup and maintenance. Okay, task, go to manage implementation project, search, this is my project. Here you can search it, manage accounting. You don't need to search everything. You can just enter like this if we know the task name. If we don't know the task name, we need to just enter the manage accounting calendar. Let's search it. So here it is showing two because we offered two different vertical, financials and procurement. That is the reason the calendar can be created from the procurement. the calendar can be created in the financials. That's the reason it's displaying to task. Okay, I'm selecting financials, then go to task. This is the, when you click on the go to task, it will open the UI. So this normally we call it as a page, but in Oracle terminology, you need to call as a UI. UI is nothing but a user interface. Okay. So once you go to accounting calendar, click create. Here you can specify Tata accounting calendar. Okay. This is my calendar name. I will specify what is my calendar here, and this calendar which you want to start from where, what is the year. See, when we are doing the any implementation, so the main thing what we will see is what is the existing customer that they are using the tool, any application other than the Oracle. Then we will ask the business to, from how many years data you want to maintain in the latest application. Let's say customer says today is 2024. I want to maintain the data from 2021 onwards. Then your calendar you need to start with 2021. So what I'm doing here, is I'm taking from the Jan. So because we are doing the monthly, just we are assuming it that whatever we are implementing for Tata, whatever we are defining the calendar for Tata, we are starting, they want to bring the data from 1st Jan 2024. And here, period frequency, how we wanted to have a period frequency. You wanted to have monthly or 445, 454, 4 weeks, 544. Let me show you what is this 444 and 445. So for example, my calendar is 445, which means from 1st Jan, okay, 1st Jan to 2024. First month, this is basically quarterly. First quarter, I want to go for first month, 4 weeks in a month. First quarter, second month, I want to go for again 4 weeks in a month. And first quarter, third month, I want to go for another 5 weeks. So which means you can see my first month of this year calendar will start from 1st Jan to 28th Jan 24, which is basically 4 weeks on particular month. And second month of the first quarter, it will start 24 Jan 24 to 29 Jan 24 to again 4 weeks. 4 weeks means it will comes around 26th of Feb 24. And 5 months on the next month. So first quarter, third month. Then I will start, my month will start from 27th Feb 24 to 31st March 24. So this is basic explanation of the what is 445. So here you can see, if you select your monthly frequency, monthly means it will start Jan period, 1st Jan to 31st, Feb period, 1st Feb to 28th or 29th Feb, whatever the leaf method which we follow, that is the end date. And next third month is 1st March to 31st March. But few people in the business, they will go for 445, or they can go by 454, or they can go by 4 weeks in a month, or they can go by 5 weeks 444. Based on their business requirement, how they wanted to go, they can go. Either you go by monthly, you go by other any options which you have in the organization. Okay. You go by quarterly, you go by weekly, you go by yearly. It's up to you. I am selecting here month. Okay. And then what is the user defined prefix? For example, how we wanted to have your calendar identification. Let's say we are doing for Tata, right? I will enter Tata. So if I enter Tata, you can see my first period it start Tata Jan 24. If you don't enter anything here, it will just take the monthly Jan 24. And separator, how we wanted to have the separator. You don't need any separator. You want to go forward or backward or hyphen. What is your business requirement to have? You can select the separator. And the format is month, year, calendar you want to follow. So here we can see month and you can see the year. And if you want to change anything, we have all these formats: month, year, or MMM, or period number, year, or year, month, calendar. How you wanted to go, you can select. All the options are available here. So mostly with my experience, they will go with this format, monthly format. And
Yeah,
next,
excuse me, I have a question related to period frequency.
yes.
So in what kind of industry have you seen 445 kind of period frequency?
See, if you go for consulting, or if you go for some people, what they will do is their inventory, they will not follow the monthly calendar. Okay. And they want to sync up their inventory to the financials. So that is the reason they will say, as per their inventory, how they are following the calendar, they will ask finance team also to follow this.
So
So if you go for
four, four, yeah, 445 is what? 4 weeks, 4 weeks, and 5 weeks, or
yes,
4 months, 4 months, and which
no,
is 8 months.
no, let me re-explain here. Here is 445 is in a year we will have a 4 quarters, right?
Okay.
The first quarter, how we wanted to have your calendar. The first quarter, the first month is in this format, which means here 4 means in a month, I want to have 4 weeks is end of the 4 week is my closing of the period. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And second month of that quarter, again, I want to go fourth week of particular month to close their books. Then they will go for 24th Jan to 26th Feb. And first quarter, third month, they want to go for 5 weeks. It will start again third month, 27th Feb to 31st March. So this is the format for one quarter. And again, next quarter, it is for once you select this method, you have to define your calendar based on this format. This is the quarter one. And if you again have a quarter two, again it will start from same method. It will start like this. Okay. 1st April 24 to 28th. The fourth quarter end date is 28th April 24. Okay. And on that second quarter, second month, again it will start from 29th April 24 to, and that May month, it comes around 26th of May. May 24. And second quarter, third month is again 5 weeks, which will start 27th May 24 to 30th June 24. So similarly, system will generate the sequence of based on the period which you select in the application. Again, in the same format, until unless they change their calendar, they have to follow. This is a one-time setup, and it is not possible. This year I will go for monthly. Next year I will go for 445. Or another next year I will go for 454. No. Once you select, until unless you use this application, you have to follow the same method. Is it clear?
Yeah, it is clear. Thank you.
Okay. So once this is basically kind of industry, what my experience with 15 years, the few people, especially on the manufacturing side, especially for consulting service people, they will follow the change what they have. Manufacturing means they will expect inventory and finance to be synced so that their revenue and their balance sheet will be in the same place. And second thing is in the banking sector where they go for only financial reporting on the daily basis or weekly basis, then they will choose this 445 545, all these things. Okay. And next here is budgetary control only. Okay. So when you are defining this calendar, you want to use this calendar for budgeting purpose, or you want to use for financial purpose, financial reporting or business transactions. If you want to use this for budget purpose, we need to check. Or if you are using, I don't want to maintain special calendar for budgeting. I want to use what I'm using for financial transaction. I want to use for same for budget as well. Then you will not select this option. Okay. And this one is adjusting the period frequency. Here we have options, one at beginning of the year and one at end of the year. So adjusting period frequency means for every business, if you remember, they will publish quarterly result. Okay. Let's say I have a quarter called Jan to March. This is my first quarter. In my first quarter, end of the month, what I will do is I will bring all my subledger or procurement, supply chain, HCM, financials, payables, receivables, asset, all the data I will bring to GL. And then I will generate a reporting. Once I generate a reporting, after discussing with my board of meetings with all other financial team or procurement heads and all these different vertical people, when they conduct the board of meetings, so what I need to do is, if they realize that some of the transactions are not entered, okay, we may need to create an adjustment entry. So once you close your books and your reports are ready, and after you discuss with the heads and everyone, you realize some of the transactions are missing, then you don't capture those details on the closed period. Okay, that is a reason for every business, either end of the quarter or end of the half year, or at least end of the year once, they will go for one adjustment period, and entire year, whatever transactions they want to adjust, they will make some adjustment on particular period, and then they will generate a fresh report. For that reason, here with business, Oracle give the different approaches. You want to one adjustment period beginning of the year, one adjustment period end of the year, how we want. Okay, one at mid-year, one at year-end. Mid-year means after 6 months. If you want to make any adjustment journals, if you want to go for, what system will do is, system will create a, in a year normally how many periods will have? 12. If I select one mid of and one at year end, then what system will do is, and after 6 months, system will create a one new period, which is 13th period. And after end of the year, system will create another adjustment period, which means in a year, we are using total 14 periods. These 14 periods, adjustment period is only for to adjust any entries which you may miss before you close your financial year. Okay. And if you want to go for once at year end, twice at year end, you don't need any adjustment period or any other, or you want to go for quarterly. So normally with my experience, people will go once at year end. Okay. So once you define all these in the calendar setup, you just need to click next. So when you click next, automatically system will generate the periods. You can see Jan, Feb, March, April, and what is the start date and date, what is the period number, what is the quarter number. See, quarter one, period one, quarter one, period three. Similar way, quarter two, quarter three, quarter four will have a 4 periods. So what we have selected here, adjustment period frequency once at year end, which means my year I'm having the 13 periods. One is a adjustment period, which is this checkbox is enabled for adjustment periods. Okay. And you can see for this adjustment period, we'll have only one day. So normally end of the December, we will have 1st December to 24th December, and then 31st December to 24th. This is the actual, but again, there is a one day, one adjustment period where business can make their business adjustments, and then they can generate the final report. Okay, is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear, Ravi. One question. In case of consolidation, suppose two different legal entity wants to consolidate, What role does the calendar plays there?
See, basically, I will tell you. So consultation is, it will not look at what calendar you define. Okay. See, for example, I have 12 periods. Okay. In my another legal entity where I don't have a adjustment entry. Here I have 13 periods. Okay. Where I have only one adjustment. This is just dummy. If I don't have any transactions on adjustment period, okay, what it will do, we will just open, will that balances will carry forward to from December to adjustment period, and then we will generate a final report. When you, whatever you are saying, the calendar is different compared to the other legal entity, the current legal entity, where you are bringing the data and moving for consolidation. So it's normally with my suggestion, what I will do is to adding the adjustment period, it won't give any harm. But if you are having, if you are not having, data will carry forward based on the particular period, on particular period. Okay. And if
Yeah. So if say one entity is having a different calendar period, say 445, another has like a monthly,
Hmm.
still both of them will be able to consolidate the data.
Yes, because when you discuss the consolidation, what it will look at is how we are doing your mapping, basically. So, for example, here you have a 6 segments, there you have 4 segments, but remaining two, which you can create a dummy.
Mhm. So the chart of account has an impact, not the calendar there, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah. So this is how we will create a calendar, save.
So Ravi, have you seen any scenario wherein the company is using a separate calendar for rest of the activity and accounting, they are using a separate calendar? Is there a way we capture both the cycle and Oracle?
Yeah, that is possible.
How we
They,
can do it in Oracle?
that is, see, there is some different setups which we need to follow. Okay. So I will tell you when we are discussing the this consolidation topic. Okay. If that is possible, there is no question that we need to use what we are using here and other legal entity or consolidation book or parent headquarter, what they are doing, what they are following, and the subsidiary companies also should follow same. No, we have options. Otherwise, if country to country there are different methods that they will follow. If this is not feasible, then there is no use. We can design it based on their requirement. Okay, we'll discuss.
Oh,
I will
yeah.
explain you how there are few topics: consolidation and a reporting ledger. So how secondary ledger. Okay, whatever you are creating transactions. Let's say you are given as example. Okay, what you are saying is I am using different chart of accounts or different calendar. Will it Oracle allow? Yes, it will allow based on the requirement. See, for example, let's say you take an India. Okay, what is our closing cycle? 1st April to March. Okay, but but our headquarter who is doing the business, yes, they follow the Jan to December. Okay, so what we have to create a transaction as per the headquarter requirements process which headquarter is following, and we can define another. Okay, we can define another ledger which is nothing but a secondary ledger as per the current country requirement, and whenever we are doing the transactions in the primary ledger, automatically it will copy as per the country specific requirement in the secondary ledger, and from there we can generate a reporting and we can submit the country specific requirement. So what you are saying that chart of account is different, calendar is different, sub-ledger accounting method is different, all these things can be possible.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
And
So we can
Ravi,
create more than one calendar, right here?
No, ideally, as per the uh, current requirement, I mean, here one ledger cannot have a multiple
Yeah,
calendar.
one ledger can have one calendar, but can I create multiple calendar
In this,
Because suppose it's my global, implementation and I have 10 countries.
hmm.
So for each country, I can say create,
Yes, yes,
calendar
it's
also.
up to you. It's up to you. If you want to go for 10 countries with the 10 different calendars, you can create.
Mhm. Okay.
But
Is there any
only thing
dataset
is,
concept here
only thing
wherein you
is,
have to assign a calendar to a dataset?
yeah, that also there. See, basically here, when you create a ledger, this calendar is mandatory. For example, you are saying you create a US, you want to maintain a different calendar. Yes, while creating the US ledger, you can create a different calendar, assign it.
Mhm.
And let's say if you're using the India, you will create a different ledger. And India, if you want to maintain a different calendar, you can maintain it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Ravi, one question.
Yeah, please.
Uh, Suppose we are acquiring a company, some company.
Hmm.
Currently, we have the calendar Jan to December, and
Hmm.
suppose the new company is from June to May.
Hmm.
So, in that scenario, can we change our calendar?
No, I see. It's a simple requirement, basically. See, you are saying currently you are using the Jan to December. Now we acquired some other company where they are following the June to July. So what you can do is you can, in the primary ledger, you can follow the same Jan to December as per the current. As per the local requirement, you can create a secondary ledger, which is basically follows on the July to June. Okay, and
Okay.
the transactions are same, either you create here and there, and as per the new company which you acquired, you acquired, and then the country specific reporting which they are following for June to July, July to June, you can use the same. Okay, so whenever you are creating the transactions here, automatically it will pop. When you're posting it, automatically it will copy to the secondary ledger, and from secondary ledger, the new acquisition which you have done, you can generate a reporting.
Yeah, that's there. I get that, but there are certain requirements that once they acquired the company,
Hmm.
the company which they acquired, they want the financial statements, everything should come from June to May.
If that is the case, the other option you can try, when you're acquiring that primary ledger, you go with June to July transactions, and you can create a secondary ledger with Jan to December, which will meet the current business requirement.
Okay, okay, yeah, okay, got it. Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? Once we save and close, we can search our calendar here. This is our calendar. You see, once you even this description, naming, this, okay, once you close and we cannot, it will not allow. You can make the changes, dates here and there, but that will impact our reporting, and it may impact for BA report errors, all those things, making the changes. Ideally, these things cannot be changed. Frequency, first period format, these dates which you can add it. And once 24 December is completed, if you want to add, you just if you click here, add here, automatically the periods will be added to the next year, 1st Jan to 25 to December 25. Same 13 periods it will generate. This is the new feature which is available. But if you go for EBS earlier application, we have to do it manually. But here they give this new functionality. System will generate automatically to calendar start date, period, start date and end date, so that a manual mistake can be avoided. Okay. So we just discussed how we can do the currency and calendar. So Monday we'll discuss chart of accounts instance. Okay. To create a chart of accounts instance, what the prerequisite setups are required, what are the steps which we need to follow, we will explain it on Monday.
And Ravi, one more thing.
Yes.
I just missed the calendar type, that 44445. Can you please just tell me once that one?
You are basically which background?
Finance background.
Sorry?
Finance.
Finance only, right? So
Yeah.
you are working on any ERP or not?
Yeah, currently I'm in EBS.
Oh, you are in EBS. Okay. See, this right, when you go to the calendar here,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So if are selecting frequency, let me close this one and I will show you the new one so that you will have and you will know this. Here, period frequency 445454, which means on a particular quarter, okay, on particular quarter, what is your start date and end date of your period? Let me open, duplicate it. Okay, this is our calendar. So when I say this 445, 445 means here, this is my first quarter. Okay, in my first quarter, what is my period start date and date I want to go. So if I select 445 means you can see my period starts from 1st Jan to 24th and it should be end 4th week of particular month. So 4th week of particular month, last day will be my business close for January period, which means my period will start from 1st Jan to 24th and it will be closed on 20th Jan 24. On particular period, even though we have 31 days on January, but business want to close 4th week of every month is their closing. And second, fourth is from second period also, they want to close 4th week of particular period. So 4th week means we need to start again the second period, 29th Jan to 26th February. So 26th Feb is basically is my 4th week of particular second month of in my organization. So some businesses, what they will do is they will follow how they will close the inventory or they want to close their financial periods also. For that reason, few people they will go for 445, which means in a first quarter, first month will be 4th week, last day is my period close. And first quarter, second month, 4th week of last day be my closing. And then first quarter, third month, 5th week, last day is my closing. So similar way, they will follow the same and each quarter. So here, for example, if I follow 4 rather than instead of monthly, if I follow 445, then my first period end date is 28th Jan. We can see 28th, 4th week is
Right. Yeah.
28th is Sunday. Okay. So
Got it, Ravi. Yeah.
yeah. So similar way, few people they will follow. So that's the reason Oracle we have a provision to do all these things based on.
This is a new one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is only the week we are considering 445.
Correct. Either you
Yes.
go for 445 or you go for 454 or you go for 544. It's up to you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So if anyone want have any questions, let me know. We can discuss. Any other questions? Okay. If no questions, in Monday, we'll discuss what is the chart of accounts instance and what is difference between chart of accounts and chart of accounts instance. Okay. Then we will discuss further what setups are required, how we are going to define. Okay.
Okay, Ravi.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.